Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is another haul video and this might be my biggest haul yet. Recently it was my birthday and I just received money from family and I decided to go on a little shopping spree for new makeup and beauty. I also received a cashback payout from TopCashback. I've been saving up my cashback on the account for some while now, so I kind of amalgamated all the money and just went nuts online and purchased quite a few things. There are things that I have tried. I'll also let you know my opinion because this has kind of been over the month of July that I've purchased a lot of these things because my birthday was on the 10th of July and also I received the cashback about a week later. So I've purchased things over the last couple of weeks and the last thing, which was the main thing I was excited about, arrived a few days ago. So I thought that now was a perfect opportunity to film this video as all my products had arrived. So don't know how long this video is going to be at this point, but if it's a long one I apologise now. Hope you enjoy. I don't actually know where to start. I think I might go to the oldest thing that I bought because say this has kind of been purchased over the space of a month. It's all in front of me here and I'm just trying to think of where to start. We'll start off with the things that I actually bought in Madrid. The first shop that I went into was Kiko. This is a brand I haven't heard too much about, but I last year was in the Trafford Centre in Manchester and they have a Kiko store there. And I just went and had a quick look and I think I came away with a nail varnish, which I really love. So when I seen that there was a Kiko store in Madrid, I thought I'll go and have a look because I remember it being really reasonably priced. And when I actually went into the store in Madrid, they had a massive sale. So I managed to get quite a few things and I think overall I actually only spent €10, £10, €10, roughly the same thing. So the first things I picked up were a couple of nail varnishes because I know that I like them. First one is this really dark blue, which is in the shade, it just says 129, so I don't think they have shade names, but it is like a really dark denim-y blue, borderline navy. So I'm really excited to try that because it is a really nice looking colour. The other one is in the shade number 166 and this is a metallic-y, charcoal-y grey black, and this is what I've actually got on now. You can see it kind of metallic-y and catches the light nicely. I've had this on for a day or so now and so far, touch wood, it's not chipped yet. They are fast dry nail lacquers and in the past every fast dry nail polish that I've bought chipped reasonably quickly. So I'm really impressed with these and I believe they were €1 or €2 each, so they are really great. Another item that I got in Kiko was a Smart Fusion lipstick. I don't know what the fusion aspect of it is because it doesn't actually say. I really like Kiko's packaging because it's nice and simple and sleek and you've got the matte top with the shiny bottom and just the black. And this is, again, they don't have shade names by the look of it, this is just shade 405. A really nice pinky nude colour. I'm going to show you. It's quite a sheer lipstick, but it is a really nice colour on and it's also really comfortable. It doesn't last the longest amount of time, but I don't mind too much because it's a really nice comfortable lipstick. And again, this was only a couple of euros. I also picked up an eye pencil, which I got in a creamy sort of pearly pinky white shade. This I think was €1 and I wanted to use this in my waterline. I've bought a few of these over the past few months and none of them seem to actually translate and I go back and forth on my waterline and nothing actually comes through. Kind of the same with this one, to be honest. I have only tried it a couple of times, it just doesn't translate on the waterline at all, so I was slightly disappointed with that, but again it only cost me about €1, so I don't mind too much. And then the final thing that I got from Kiko is one of their Smart Colour eyeshadows. I think everything is called Smart, which I don't quite understand. And I got this in a really nice metallic-y pink shade because I don't have too many metallic-y pinks or pinks in general in my collection. I've only swatched this, I haven't actually tried it yet. This one is in shade 16. It must get confusing when you work there because people can't reference things by their shade name, they have to reference it by the number. So you truly have to know what a lot of numbers meant. I definitely couldn't do it anyway. While I was in Madrid, I made my first visit to Sephora I obviously watch a lot of American YouTubers and Sephora features very heavily, and I've been dying to go into one. My main intention was to see if there was any brands that I hadn't tried before or brands that I couldn't get here in the UK. Most of the brands that were there were actually available to us in the likes of Debenhams, John Lewis and Boots. So the only brand that I seen that was new to me was actually Sephora's own brand. And I thought I would try a couple of things from there. Again, quite a vast collection of products that they had. Didn't know where to start, so kind of played it safe with a couple of lip products. The first one I picked up is one of their Lipstories lipsticks. I really love the packaging on all of these. I think this one has a scene from New York on it. But they had so many different ones and they all looked amazing. The only issue I have is that it's cardboard packaging, and I keep, when I'm putting the lid back on, pressing the disc down in the middle, and I'm scared I'm gonna touch the bullet on the lipstick and damage it. I've got quite a dark shade and it's like a very dark pinky red colour. It's really nice on the lips and it is rather comfortable as well. It doesn't last the longest amount of time, but it lasts a lot longer than most of the lipsticks that I have. I think this might have been about €7 if I remember correctly, because I think in Sephora I believe I spent about €17 and I think the next item was €10, so this was either 6 or 7. And the next thing that I got was a Sephora Collection cream lip stain. I've heard so many great things about these, so desperately wanted to try one, and I got this in the shade 23. What is it with these numbers? And this is, so that's another one's kind of a dark pink with slight mauve undertones, I'd say. I'll just watch this one because I didn't watch that one before. This is the lipstick, which as you can see is kind of a reddy shade with pink undertones, I would say. And then this is the other one, the lip stain, which is a dark shade again, but more mauvey, however you say it, undertones. So both really nice colours, and the lip stain I've only actually worn once. That was really comfortable and lasted well and didn't stain too much. I did expect it to leave more of a stain on my lips than it did, but would pick up more of them if I had the opportunity to. So that is it for all the items that I bought in Madrid. The next place that I bought some things from was Amazon, and the first thing I picked up was a Amika Dry Shampoo. I think it was in my empties video that I finished the mini of this that I had, and I did say I was tempted to purchase the full size, but I didn't want to pay £20 for it. I actually found it for £13 on Amazon because it was on sale, so I thought it was great value for that, but I am going through it pretty quickly. I find myself reaching for it more than I was my Batiste Dry Shampoo, because that was more when I desperately needed it, whereas this I use to just freshen up, one because I like the scent, two because it doesn't have much of a white cast and it feels really lightweight, and it does just generally freshen me up. So I am going through this quicker than I thought I would, but I probably would purchase it again. I then purchased a couple of foundations from Amazon as well. The first one is this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and I have the shade 201 Classic Ivory. I'm currently trying to find my perfect liquid foundation. I've only been wearing liquid foundation for the last month or two, and so far I've tried the e.l.f. Flawless Finish, I think it's called, and the Rimmel one with the red top, 25 hour, can't remember the full name. Both of those go kind of patchy on my forehead, so I think I have patches of dry skin there that I never realised I had, and by the end of the day the foundation has clung to it and it's gone quite patchy and also broken up around here. So both of those kind of wear the same on me, so wanted to try a couple more. Just sticking in the drugstore realms at the moment until I can kind of perfect the type of foundation that I like, and then I may venture out wanting more comfortable to a higher end product. But I really like using this one. I've used this about 3 times now, and each time it still looks pretty good at the end of the day. I've noticed it does show my pores a bit more, so I think I might have to try and use it with a poreless primer or something underneath, because I notice like you can see my pores more on my nose when I use it, but it is the best out of the ones I've tried so far. So I think unless I find another one in the meantime, I will definitely repurchase this one. What I picked up is the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. The only reason I actually picked this one up because it was an add-on item, and I think was £3 or £4, which I thought was really good because I know I've seen this in Superdrug for about £8, so I thought it was a great opportunity to try another foundation without breaking the bank. One thing I find really weird though, both 30ml, and because of how flat this is and because this is glass and weighs more, it just seems like there's so much more in this, but there actually isn't. So I do like the fact that this is really lightweight packaging as well, so would be ideal for travel, whereas this is quite weighty. Other than putting a sort of quick swatch on my cheek, I've not tried this one yet, but I don't think this is as good of a colour match as this one. This one is pretty much spot on, whereas this is slightly darker, so looks a bit orangey, but you can kind of tell that looking at them next to each other anyway, I think. So I need to try it all over my face before I completely judge it. The consistency in the small patch that I did felt okay. It seemed to be a decent amount of coverage. I just haven't had a chance to try it all over my face yet. The next purchase I made was from Debenhams, and this was just one thing that I bought, and it is the Clinique Take the Day Off makeup remover. I had, up until trying this, been using a Rimmel eye makeup remover, which was fine. It did the job, but my skin didn't feel great after it, a bit stingy if anything. And then I was sent by Super Lady in a collab that we did where we sent items to each other from UK and US, kind of swapped items, and she sent a small bottle of this to me. Clinique is a brand we can actually get in the UK, so when I first seen it I was like, oh, it's a brand I can get, but then I thought that's probably a good thing if I like it, and turns out she was a genius because I absolutely love this stuff. And it takes the makeup off literally in one swift movement and leaves my eyes feeling so soft and moisturised. It also smells really nice, so I just had to go and purchase a full size because I'm nearly out of the one that she sent me, and I would cry if I didn't have a backup there. I think this was £15, which is a lot for a makeup remover, but I am hoping to improve my skincare game. My next little purchase came from Birchbox. As I was recently signed up to their account, I kind of timed it quite well in that when you are signed up you do receive a free gift on your birthday. I got sent an email with 3 items I could choose from. One was a Rituals, I think, moisturiser, one was a lip product, and one was the Seche Vite nail polish. This is a nail polish I have used for quite a few years now and really love it, and it can be about £10 a bottle sometimes if you don't get it on sale. So to see that Birchbox were going to send it me for free just because it was my birthday, I thought that's probably going to be minimum spend of like £30 or something. So I logged on and there was no minimum spend. I just had to make sure that I paid delivery. So I picked up this Missy Handy, quite like the name of that, hand sanitizer, because this was about £1.40. So I think this with delivery I paid about £4.50, which to get this and the nail varnish I thought was a great value. This looked bigger online, but I don't mind too much because it is to go in my handbag, so it is the perfect size. I'm quite intrigued by the blue sort of bubble dot things in it as to what they do. But I got it in the fragrance Coco Rico, and it smells amazing. Obviously coconut, it just smells like holiday, it smells like suntan lotion. I then made a couple of purchases on Beautybay, and the reason I went on there was because I'd had an email that they had a sale, and included in the sale were Jeffree Star products. I've been watching Jeffree Star on YouTube for a while now and had really wanted to try one of his Velour liquid lipsticks. They were on sale from, I think it's £16 down to about £11. So I picked it up in the shade Celebrity Skin, and it's the one I've got on now, and I just love the shade. I think for me personally it's my perfect nude. These are so comfortable. They last a long time even with eating and drinking. I also can't put my finger on the scent. I think it is mint, but it's not offensive in the slightest, and I do say really rate the formula of this. And then also in the sale on Beautybay were some Makeup Geek eyeshadow singles. Again, another brand I've been wanting to try something from for a while, and normally their single eyeshadows range from about £5 to £7, but on the day I bought them they were £2 or £3, which I thought was great value. So I picked up a foiled eyeshadow and a duochrome eyeshadow. I'm really into the duochromes at the moment, and this is in the shade Ritzy, and in the pan it's like a really dark gold. When you swatch it, it kind of goes a bit pinky greeny khaki gold, and it looks really nice on the eye, so really happy that I picked that one up. The next one was in the shade Sorcery, which is a really nice dark grey. Again, something that is pretty unique to my collection, and that is that one there. Really, really nice colours. I have worn both of those a couple of times now. Yes, they don't last as long as some of the other eyeshadows that I own, but they last a decent amount of time before they crease. The next website that I ordered from was FeelUnique, and I bought quite a few different products on here. One of the things that I was most excited to try is the Zoella Beauty Lip Oil. Ever since I finished my Barry M Coco Loco Lip Oil, I've been on the hunt for another good lip oil. I personally find that prices of some Zoella Beauty products are quite high, because I think obviously the brand and the name and the reputation and things like that. But I was really impressed with the pricing of this, because this is £5 and I actually got this on sale for £4, which I think was a great deal. I really loved the packaging with the palm leaves and things, because the range that this is from is called Splash Botanics. And it is a clear lip oil. It looks like it might be pink, but I quite like the applicator because it's bent but not too bent. We're not talking like the Pixie liquid lipsticks bent, which I don't like. It's described as having a cherry scent. As soon as I opened it, I smelt my childhood, if that makes sense. I watched a recent video of Zoella's who said someone had described the scent to her as the Baby All Gone doll. I don't know if anyone remembers that doll. It was like a doll that had some cherries on a spoon that when you pushed into its mouth, the cherries would disappear. And I think they are right. I think it does smell like that, but it also reminds me, if anyone remembers the Sabrina's Secrets magazines, which was a makeup line from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, very random, but it was a load of sort of cheap kids makeup, and there was something in that, because as soon as I opened it, that was my first thought. So there must have been something from that makeup line that smelled like this. So yeah, basically if it doesn't smell like Baby All Gone, it smells like Sabrina's Secrets makeup. But it's a really nice lip oil. I think I actually prefer it to the Barry M one actually, because it's a thinner consistency, it's less sticky, and it also seems to stay on my lips a lot longer. Then I picked up another e.l.f. brow pencil. I do already own one of these in the shade medium brown, but it was too dark, so I wanted to try the taupe shade. I've put this side by side to the Goof Proof eye pencil that I wear now, and it does look like it is a pretty similar shade, which means it should work for me. I haven't yet actually tried it in my brows because I'm coming to the end of a smaller size Goof Proof that I have. I've got a tiny amount left, so I want to finish that first before I go on to this. This feels like a slightly creamier formula, so really excited to try this, because if I prefer this over the Goof Proof, it'll save me a few pounds. The next thing I picked up was this Makeup Forever refillable eyeshadow palette, and the reason I bought this was to house the Makeup Geek singles that I bought. I also have a Colourpop single there as well, and this was only £1. So it's just got the magnetic strip inside, and they do fit perfectly into it, which is great. So I will obviously put my Colourpop one there as well, and at least they're all together then, because this packaging was annoying me and I didn't want to just leave them out on the side. So really happy that I got that, and was very happy that it was £1. I then picked up another eyeshadow because that is exactly what I need, and this is from the brand, I think you say 3INA, would be an M like Mina, but I think it's supposed to be a 3. This was on sale. I believe I paid £3.45 and they're usually about £8, so I thought I would give them a go. When it arrived, the size of the packaging, it looks like a blush pan. It's absolutely huge. Oh, if I can open it. I was rather adventurous with my colour choice, and it is this tealy, turquoisey, bluey green colour. Kind of out of my comfort zone, but as you can see from the eye look I'm wearing today, I'm trying to expand my comfort zone and try different colours. What I'm wearing isn't this, that is something that's going to feature in a minute. But I really like the shade of this colour, and I think it's not too intense. It looks like it could be buildable, which I think is ideal for me at the moment. But I say I just love the size of it, I think this is going to last forever. I then also picked another item up from the brand Elf. I didn't actually know FeelUnique stocked Elf until I was looking through the sale section. I normally purchase my Elf products direct from Elf. It's great now that FeelUnique also stock them because I really rate them as a brand, and the easier I can get hold of it, obviously the better. The other item that I purchased is the tone correcting powder, a 4 shaded pastel colour correcting powder. I wanted this to try in my under eye area to see if it helps with the dark circles as well as using my concealer. The final thing I bought from FeelUnique is an Urban Decay Vice lipstick. I've been putting a Vice lipstick in my basket for God knows how long. I'd put them in the basket and then I'd never push the button because I am more of a liquid lipstick person. I don't mind spending more on a liquid lipstick, but I seem to be hesitant on spending more on a normal lipstick. So I'm finally excited that I did actually push the button and purchase one. I absolutely love the packaging with the two-tone golds, or is that nickel looking? And I did get the shade Stark Naked. I did actually intend to purchase Naked, but I couldn't actually see it on the website at the time, so this seemed to be the closest comparison that I could find. I did go for a Comfort Matte, and that is the shade. It is slightly lighter than this one on the lips, so it might be a bit too light for me, but I've literally only worn it once. They are definitely comfortable to wear. They can stick by that name. They're not the longest lasting. I'm going to reserve judgment for now, but my first impressions are slightly disappointed, but I'm going to persevere and try it a few more times before I make a full judgment on it. I'll come back to you on this one. So my next purchase was back on Beautybay, and I had to greatly talk myself into this purchase because it was really extravagant for me, but one of my previous purchases sold it to me, and it is Jeffree Star Nude Vault. I think it's called Send Nudes or something like that, and it is all of his nude shades, as the name would indicate. The reason I ended up picking this up was because when I purchased this full size one, I must have had every different one of his nudes or pinks in the basket at one time because I just could not decide on which shade to buy. I knew I only wanted to buy one to try one, but I was just looking at swatches online and I just couldn't decide. In the end I went for this one, but then I did kind of have fear of missing out of, oh, but what would the other shades like? I love the formula so much, I'd like to try more of the other shades, but didn't want to then go and spend £11 each to try them, whereas I could have got this for slightly cheaper. So this was £45, which, as I say, is a lot. It's probably the most I've spent on one item of makeup, but I love the packaging and I just love how this looks sat on my vanity. It comes with 8 of the mini Velour lipsticks. I'll admit they are smaller than I thought they would be, but I have kind of done a cost comparison of how much per ounce or milliliter or whatever you'd pay, and you don't really save anything by buying this, but you definitely don't lose money. I'd rather have more variety than more product in a way because I like being able to try. So I have tried, I think the night that these arrived, I was so excited I did actually swatch every single one on my lips, and I like all of them bar Posh Spice. Posh Spice is kind of like a grey nude, so it doesn't look the best on me, but all the rest of them I really like. Even the androgyny, which is a hard word to say, that I wasn't too sure of I'd like because it is a bit purpley, but it looks really nice on. Gemini is another favourite. Obviously I've got another Celebrity Skin there, which is perfect because this normally sits in my handbag, and then I have the main one on my vanity. Mannequin is really nice as well, and I also quite like the Rose Matter, which is the pink shade in here. So overall I am really happy that I did pick it up because I have got the variety, and I still think I will get quite a while out of them. But yeah, it was definitely an extravagant purchase for me. The last and final thing that I purchased, could not push the button on this item because I justified that I didn't need it. In the end I had some birthday money left over, so finally pushed the button on it, purchased it, and it is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. This is sold on Beautybay, but because I had the discount code I actually ended up buying it from Morphe direct. So I paid I think £33, which I think for the size of the palette is really great. I'm not gonna lie, when I first opened it I was extremely intimidated because there are a lot of shades in there. As you can probably see, I've had a good swatch of them all, and I do have a few favourites already. I can't remember which one it is up here. It's one of these two. It's like a duochrome pinky copper colour, which I really love. This green one down here is beautiful. This one in the corner here, which is Pool Party, is what I have on my eyes now, and it's probably the brightest colour I've worn in a long time, but I really liked it, so I thought I'd be brave and put it on. I don't know if it looks alright, I was just playing around. Before I put this one on, I did actually intend to do a purple look, and I tried this purple one here, which is Royalty, and I found it was a bit patchy, to be honest. It didn't go on as sort of bright as this one has. I know it's purple and things, but I just thought that it would look as good. So I was slightly disappointed with that colour. There's a couple of the sort of nudie brownie colours in the middle here that aren't as pigmented as I thought they would be. It's also kind of missing a matte skin colour. I normally wear a colour sort of somewhere in between these two as my kind of base colour. I just put all over my lid. So I'm kind of missing that colour. I don't think this is going to be the standalone palette I thought it would, in that I could just reach for this one. I ended up dipping into a Colourpop palette to create this look, but overall there's a lot of choice in here. There's a lot of great shimmers. There are quite a few good mattes as well. So I am pleased that I bought it. I think it is definitely worth £30 for the quality and the size of the pans and the amount of product that you get and things. So I hope you enjoyed my massive haul. Now I just need to go and put all these products away. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.